Hi everybody, it is Sippy Cup. I know it's been a long time since I made a video, so I thought I would try to make this a good one. I have a new game to show you guys today. You may have seen it on Total Biscuit, Total Halibut, Cynical Brit guys YouTube channel. This is called Stellar Impact. It is a free-to-play, let's say, sci-fi multiplayer online battle arena type game. So just before I show you what the game itself looks like, the actual battles, I'll kind of give you a little overview of what sort of customization for your ships and stuff you have. So basically, let me collapse this. So, got a pretty nice little UI here. You've got your garage. This is kind of reminiscent of EVE Online, if any of you have ever played that. What you see here is my ship. So I can drop down this little thing here, and this guy here, and then I can start showing you some of the stuff that I've unlocked. So when you start out, all you have access to is the skills. Each ship class, and there are I think 5, which range from Corvette, which is the smallest, to Frigate, and then Destroyer, Cruiser, and then Dreadnought, which is super big. Let me get this out of the way so you can get a little better look. This is the Allies, and if you are playing on the Axis team, then your ships look different. So here's the Axis Dreadnought, the Axis Dreadnought, then you got Axis Cruiser, Axis Destroyer, Axis Frigate, and Axis Corvette. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, I've been mostly focusing on the Frigate because it's small and fast but still packs a decent punch. So what happens is when you play battles, regardless of whether you win or lose, you gain XP, which you can see here. Which you can use eventually. Once this caps out, I can go from a Mark I frigate to a Mark II frigate, which will have some better attributes. So, in the free-to-play version, the only sort of restriction for being on a free-to-play account or having a premium account, which is a one-time thing, not a recurring payment, and I apologize if you can hear my dog slurping up water in the background. The only difference is that as a free-to-play subscriber, you can only get to Mark I ships. So once I reach here, I'd be kind of stuck, and I wouldn't be able to advance my ship tree any further. Alright, so once you complete battles, and now there's sirens in the background. Once you complete battles, you get little gear that you can drop onto your ship. So to give you an example, there's sort of, let's say, 4 different areas where you can upgrade your ship outside of skills, which I'll get to in a sec. You have hull, which does things like ship speed, maybe shield bonus, armor bonus, stuff like that. So I just got some kind of random loot after battles. It was upgraded boosters, so I have 2-3% speed bonus things, 1 upgraded shield thing. Ammo is another thing to be upgraded. This has another 3 slots. The one I got is just for extra critical hull damage. And you'll notice that these have a sell price in XP. So if it's something crappy that I don't want, I can drop it down here, and then it will convert it into this sell price's corresponding XP amount. And then, so you've got weapons. So weapons change the way your ship plays a bit. The only one I've unlocked so far is proton turrets. This basically makes it so that when I'm cloaked, as long as I am a sufficient range away from the enemy, I can fire without decloaking. Of course, this is useless if you don't have the cloaking skill, or stealth generator. So I typically take it to take advantage of this. It's actually pretty handy. All right, so getting down into personnel, you have 4 different types. You have, this is a science officer, and he has some skills that you can get here. You have a high-ranking officer. And then you have this guy's like kind of an engineering officer, and then you have this guy who's sort of a combat officer who has combat-oriented skills. So the way that you actually unlock these skills is by getting medals. After battle, you get kind of drops, and you get to select which areas you want to get a reward for. So like after the battle, you'll get anywhere between, so far from what I've seen, 2 and 0 upgrades. So I've been picking mostly hull and weapon, and picked 1 ammo, and I picked 1 metal. So that's all I have right now. Anyway, so when you get a medal, it's got a certain number of points attributed with it that you can drop into here. I think that the best medals you can get allow you to unlock 5 of these skills, and these are just kind of passive bonuses for your ship. So right now I only have 1 medal. I put it in to this guy. This basically gives me a passive ability to capture objectives 25% faster, which for a small, fast ship like the frigate is pretty handy. Alright, so let me pause for a sec and then we will get into some gameplay. Alright, before I get too carried away here, I nearly forgot that I didn't show you about the skills. So let me show you that real quick. So every ship has 4 skill slots. Now, the skills that you can use change depending on which ship you have. I think that, for instance, if I switch to a destroyer, I guess that any ship can use any skill, but the number of skills you can have from each one of these categories depends on your class of ship. So let's kind of go back to Corvette and take a look. Since Corvette is a small and fast ship, you can see I could take 3 abilities from maneuvering, but in these other areas I could take a maximum of 2 from recon, 2 for attack. You can only have 1 defense skill, which makes sense because you're kind of small and dinky, and then you could have a maximum of 1 in command. So as long as this totals 4, I'm good. So if I wanted to take 3 maneuver skills, like this one gives me a speed boost, this one is stealth, this one is a kind of a blink, I could take all 3 of those, and then I could take 1 of something else. So it's pretty clear that the Corvette, its focus is on maneuvering, secondary emphasis being on recon and attack. For the frigate, the main emphasis is on recon. Secondary maneuver, secondary attack, and then sort of tertiary command defense. Alright, then you have destroyer, which is the worst at maneuvering, best at attack, and then you can see that. Cruiser can choose the most skills from defense, and secondly attack and command. And finally, Dreadnought primarily focuses on command. This is kind of your, buff tree. Secondary defense and attack, and then least of all maneuvering and recon. Alright, so with that out of the way, another thing I should mention is that any loot type stuff that you get after a battle, as far as I can tell, only can be applied to the ship that you are playing. So like if I play a game as my Dreadnought, and I get this upgraded structure, say I drop it in my inventory here, this inventory seems to be, again, at least from what I can tell, don't quote me on this, seems to be unique to the ship. So you'll see if I switch to Cruiser, it goes away. So it seems like I can't, it would behoove you, if there's a certain ship class that you like to play, to mostly focus on that one if you want to kind of max out its stuff. Because if you switch to another class, then the stuff you unlock is not really going to help you. Alright, so let me pause again, and we'll try to find a game now that I've kind of told you everything. Actually, one last thing. I'll kind of tell you what skills I have and sort of give you my mentality behind them. So first of all, Stealth Generator. Mostly I picked this because this is kind of a good escape tool, and it's also good for kind of getting behind enemy lines to capture points, but mostly because I got the proton turret, so I kind of figured, well, might as well take advantage of this proton turret thing, which makes me not break stealth when I'm firing by actually taking stealth. There's not any penalty for using this without stealth, it's just, you don't get the benefit of it unless you have stealth. So Quantum Leap is a little blink. This is pretty cool for getting out of a tight spot. There's actually terrain that you can crash into, and you can blink to the other side of it and have the enemy, then you basically have an obstacle between you and the enemy, which will block shots. Missile Battery, this is a strong kind of seeking single target nuke. And then I've got a jamming device, which basically, for all intents and purposes, it is like a stun. It basically locks them down where they can't, their skills stop cooling down. It reduces their radar range, so basically their sight radius, and they can't target opponents. So whether you want to think of it as like a stun or a silence, basically, same kind of deal. So my role is really to be, a fast, highly mobile, slippery kind of damage dealer slash point capper slash, disruptor, CC'er. So that's kind of the role that I've been filling. And so far, you know, I've only played I think 5 games, but I'm 4-1, so good so far. I'm sure I jinxed myself, and the next game I play is going to be a devastating loss. Alright, so let me pause this for a sec, and I will try to find a game. Alright, I got a game, and it should be about to begin. After you kind of join the lobby, and the host picks the map and all that stuff, you pick your ship class, which is the screen you just saw a second ago, and loads up, and I'll try to show you what's what. Alright, so here I am. You can see this sort of sweep here is my radar range, and so basically what you see around the map here, there's sort of strategic points. This guy down here is like a science lab, which increases research rate. So I'm just going to start playing. Alright, so you have to be careful not to crash into stuff. These are just friendly turrets, but stuff like this asteroid field here will blow you up if you crash into it. And there are bigger asteroids that will pretty much just straight up one-shot you, so that's not good either. So what we're going to do is, looks like some enemies are already capturing this, so I'm going to be careful not to crash into this asteroid, which will kill me in one shot, pretty much. Alright, so we got a small ship here. This looks like maybe a corvette. I'm going to lock him down, hit him with some missiles, and he just, looks like he just went into cloak. What just happened there? I'm going to cloak too, so that this guy up here doesn't blow me up. There's this guy. So the controls are a little funky. If you ever played Navy Field, it's a little bit similar to that. You basically are right-clicking to set your heading. Left-click sort of chooses your turret facing. Then you use W to move forward, S to move back, and ooh, it's time to get out of here. I'm gonna blink. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I just used a blink maneuver there to kind of get out of there. Alright. Not really sure what to do here. We're kind of getting rolled down here. They have some bigger ships, and we kind of just have, looks like, frigates and corvettes down here, so it's a little scary. What you're seeing here is a gas cloud. When you go in it, you get a debuff you can see here. It's a plasma field, so it makes your ship move slowly. And ooh, this is nasty. They have, it looks like 2 cruisers, I think is what that is. Oh. So yeah, let's try to get out of here. Cloak again, defensively. Oh yeah, do not fly into the sun. Apparently that is bad. That will kill you. So yeah, getting too close to the sun hurts a lot. And my shield will regenerate eventually. So if you can see it, this is, I have a green bar here. This is my hull. The gray is armor, and the way armor works is whatever the armor value is for your ship, for a frigate it's 20. That percentage of your hull HP takes 1/3 damage. I'm basically fleeing, and I'm going to go top and see if I can do better against people up there. So anyway, the effective HP of this gray chunk here is about 3 times what the normal green HP is. And then of course I have my shields, which when depleted will eventually recharge. Alright, so I'm gonna not move through this stuff. Could try something tricksy here. I might still end up taking some damage, but shouldn't be too bad if I just kind of blink in there like that. Yeah, I took a little armor damage. Not too bad. Alright, ooh. Get some rubber banding. Alright. So we're gonna try to light this guy up here. Shot a missile, I'm going to lock him down with my locking ability. As you can see, I'm left clicking to target the guy. When these red beams here show my turret facing, and when they turn green that means that the guns are ready. So this guy has some escort ships which fire, but mostly they're just good for getting in the way and blocking shots, I find. I'm going to cloak again here. Yeah, we're really having a tough time. Doesn't seem like we really are doing enough damage to do anything to these guys. But we are capturing this point, so that's good. So, like Dota, you actually have these sort of NPCs which will spawn and push with you. And I'm not sure. I haven't played this map before, so I'm not exactly sure. Whoa. Not exactly sure where they are, but might be time to jump out of here. Jump. Yeah, here they are. Okay, so apparently they come. Your base is here. They probably come up the side and then around this way. And I am running like a beach right now because they are just steamrolling us pretty bad. Oh, okay, so while I am cowering in fear, I'll show you something real quick here. You have two things that you can kind of upgrade in-game. You have this skill upgrades, which is kind of like, if you're familiar with League of Legends or Dota or whatever, this is like your ship skills. This sort of gradually goes up throughout the course of the game. And right now, the only thing I can unlock is one point in this jamming device. But eventually I'll be able to max out this stuff too as green bar passes it. I guess I better get in this fight so these guys don't just think I'm completely AFK. So I get this guy targeted, I'm going to lock him down, shoot some missiles, unleash some salvos. So we're doing some damage. Kill him, get him. I might kill him, but I might die first. Oh, cloaking. Time to get the F out of here. Alright. Don't beat a hasty retreat. Alright. So far I haven't died, which is good, but we are still kind of getting rolled. So I'm just kind of trying to... don't crash an asteroid. Just trying to do some damage to this guy here who's almost dead. Lost a lock on him for some reason. Fire a missile and that should probably take him out if he doesn't have countermeasures or something. Boom! Took him out. Oh, so that point, how I just got that red shield around it, you can spend some of your CP, which is sort of your in-game currency that you use to purchase upgrades and stuff, to lock a point. That guy just cloaked. Locking a point basically makes it so that when my team and I are on this point, we're not capturing it. And I don't know exactly how long it lasts for, but I think it's probably like 20 or 30 seconds. I'm just flying in circles right now, trying to take pot shots when I can. Alright, so it came off of lockdown, so I'm going to come back on here and try to get some cap on it. So you have various sized turrets. You can see that I can't use all 4 turrets usually unless the guy's very close. And looks like we're going to capture this. So this capture point is a portal. This makes it so that we can instantly teleport back to base, and then occasionally, and I don't know exactly how this works, you can teleport from base to the portal. So I'm just going to get out of here so I can upgrade and stuff. You can you can do these upgrades at any point, but you can only do these upgrades here at your base. So when I click this one, you can see what I got. So you can upgrade your escort ships, which are basically your minion waves, which are pushing out from your base. Then you have hull. So this is kind of non-offensive ship upgrades, and usually as a frigate I like to get boosters for additional speed, and I like to get radar to expand my radar range. And then I don't have enough to get another thing right now, but eventually I'll probably improve my weapon damage and rate of fire. So that's all I got right now. So here, let's go. And I'm actually going to pause the video real quick here. Alright, so we're getting pretty well dominated here. It's looking like, and the window moved for some reason. Let's move that. Anyway, yeah, so we're attempting to surrender, but I think we have some people AFK, so that's not really working out. But anyway, I'll do another video on this. I didn't really get a good game in, so we'll see you again next time.